So today's Sunday talk is entitled Prayerful and Playful. Today, after the bridge went down and I was able to proceed, I had a prayerful or a playful prayer in my mind. I prayed for the CHP to have a restful day. I literally did. I love what I've learned here in Unity. Unity has opened my mind in so many ways. I think of that song, I'm younger now than I was then, or I'm older.
I was so much older then, I'm younger than
Yeah.
that now.
There you go. There you go.
Say that 3 times.
Wow. Yeah, say it quickly 3 times. Yes. It's opened my mind. I was at the leadership conference this weekend in Vacaville at my home church, and I'm just full of zeal. I graduated from the Integral Ministry program through Unity Worldwide in November, and that opened my heart and mind to the possibilities of Unity and moving forward. I'm so excited about the trends that are happening now and the new thought that is coming to new thought. It's just wonderful. How many of you have only been to this church ever? I mean, have not gone to another Unity?
I've never been to another.
Never been to another Unity? I encourage you to visit other Unities because I get to see this world through the perspective of going to many Unities and speaking. And the only reason why I say that, because this is one of my favorites, and I'm not just blowing wind, is that it's just nice to know that you're not alone, for one, that we are seeking in numbers. And I recently went to a church that has 2 services every Sunday, and they're packed. I'm going to be doing a water ceremony for them on Wednesday, and I'm just excited that that's happening. I'm excited that at my home church at Unity of Vacaville, we were seeing 3, maybe 4 children. I love that you pray for the children and open that space for them to be here, because now we're actually at a point where we're celebrating that there's 12 to 15 children on a Sunday. And we just didn't know how that was going to happen, so we opened our heart and our mind to it. And it happened. And we hope that it continues to grow because it's been a much larger program at times. So, I had an email from a friend, sent me a picture. It said, "Was this you?" And it was a picture of a wine section, but above it said water. And my friends know that occasionally I would playfully try and turn water into wine to see if it can happen. I was told that we could do everything that the Christ could do. And so, at times, last night in a restaurant, I'm holding a glass, and my partner Maisie, she says, "Are you doing it?" I go, "I'm trying." Hasn't happened yet. There is a quiet spiritual maturity that begins to awaken in us when we realize something simple yet life-changing. We are often not responding to life. We are responding to the labels we put on life. We call something good. We call something bad. And when we decide how much love, how much presence, how much support we will give based on that label. If something looks bad, we rush in to help. If something looks good, we step back and say, oh, they're fine now. But spiritual vision invites us into something deeper. It invites us to remain prayerful and playful. Present to spirit. Present to possibility. Present to the soul's unfolding. Even when the story isn't clear yet. One night I went and had dinner in Grand Haven, Michigan when I was living there. And I'm walking down the street after I ate and I went and saw a beautiful, beautiful sunset on Lake Michigan. And then I'm walking back to my car and there's a big sign, Grand Haven. And I said to myself, my life is a Grand Haven. And this lady looked at me and smiled with the biggest smile, like she read my mind. Like I really felt like something just happened. It was not ordinary. It was an extraordinary kind of glance. And then as that was happening, I wrote this down because I wanted to remember it. It was just that kind of, it was special. And so as that smile occurred after that thought occurred, my life is a Grand Haven. Wherever I set my sight, I realize it meets me. So, right after that happened, a boy walked by and his shirt said, everything you need is already inside. And so then I looked forward and it said, best gift. A sign said, best gift. The next one said, down to earth. The name of a store, right? The next one said, creative fringe. And the one said, so sweet. I'm looking at a chocolate store, right? And the sign says, so sweet. And the next one said, open. In that moment, I was connected to my journey, felt super connected to it. Emily Cady reminds us, there is good for me, and I ought to have it. But New Thought also teaches us something deeper. Good is not always what appears comfortable. Growth is not always what appears easy. Sometimes what looks like a blessing becomes a teacher. And sometimes what looks like a problem becomes an awakening. So I've mentioned, I go into the store and I bless every bottle of water in the section, and I do these prayerful, playful things just because it reminds me to be connected. Walk through the section, and I don't say anything out loud, but I walk through the section and everyone that touches this bottle be healthy and happy as I walk by. It's super simple. It's just a fun way to take what we learn here and bring it out with us. Because if we come here every week and just feel good while we're here and it's great, and then we're pissed in traffic, it's different. Why? Why? Take it away from here. Share it with other people. Make it help you grow what's in your gut to be and do. That's how I feel. That's what I tell myself. That's not what I'm telling you to do. But if you see it that way, that's great. But that's the way I see it for myself. I had this new thing because I changed my career again. In November, my brother-in-law and sister owned a very successful property management company for many years, and they retired and they turned it over to their kids, and their kids were made to buy it from them. And so they called me, Uncle Jim, we could use your help because I've been in the different parts of the industry for many, many decades. So I came in and like any job, there's difficulties at first. It's always the hardest when you're learning the systems. Luckily, I had told them when I was working in property management in Michigan about this system, and they took it, so I already knew the system a bit, but I hadn't been around it for about 5 years. So it's hard. You got to get into it. And there was a place in me where I felt like after a month or two, I felt like there was something that was bothering my self-esteem. And so I started looking at that, and it's like not completing things the way that I believe that I should complete them. And I'm probably harder on myself than anybody else when it comes to that. But I sat with it, and I did a quantum living sheet, and I was looking for the shadow in it, and I was looking to see what my true feelings were, whether I was just listening to fear or there was actually something for me to learn and know in this situation. So I looked at it, and it came to me that what I really wanted to do playfully is go to work every day, and the thing that I don't want to do or the conversation that I don't want to have, I do that first. And as time has gone on, so that was like December, end of December, I started doing that. As time goes on, day after day, I get to see, oh, that conversation wasn't that hard. I get to see, oh, that task didn't take much. The thing that I didn't know in this program, I know that if I knew how to do this, and I don't depend on somebody else, I could get things done so much faster. So I learned that thing in that program. Wow, that wasn't very hard. Again and again and again. It doesn't mean every conversation wasn't as hard as I thought it would be, but most of them were not. And so it came to me like, wow, this is a good plan. I'm probably the most efficient worker I've ever been right now. This is really, really good. Well, then I was doing really well. So, do you want this account? Sure. Do you have time to take on this account? Yeah. What has happened is I've doubled my income since December. I didn't realize it. Prosperity has a flow. And I was stepping on the hose. It's just such a revelation to me. How many things have I not said yes to, or how many things the flow got messed up just because I perceived it to be hard, or I perceived it that there was going to be some difficulty. I'm dumbfounded. Like I start going through an inventory of some things in my life, saying, "Wow, how can I move this forward in other areas of my life?" And definitely, since I don't know if any of you have heard of quantum living, but it's a practice, a 21-day practice that will change the way that you talk to people and understand them. I highly recommend it. It's part of the IMP program that I graduated from, and it will do great things for you as it starts to roll forward. And boards do the quantum living practice, and different departments are part of the quantum living practice. But it makes you look at and find where your difficulty is in any given situation. And so, anyway, I'm not trying to be on the soapbox about that. Eric Butterworth said, he taught that spiritual life is not about managing appearances, but awakening consciousness. As he expressed, don't go through life, grow through life. Being prayerful and playful means we are not reacting to appearances. We are witnessing potential. We are standing in possibility. We are standing in truth. And even when somebody else can't see it yet. Joel Goldsmith taught that prayer is not about changing conditions. It's about awakening awareness in that spirit. Prayer does not change God. It changes our capacity to see God already present. When we are prayerful and playful, we are not praying for outcomes. We are holding space for awakening. So instead of saying to ourselves, that situation is good or that situation is bad, we can say, where is the good within this? Where is their strength? Where is their wisdom? Where is Spirit trying to reveal itself right now? When we are prayerful and playful, we vision for them. We vision for their wholeness. We trust their inner voice. We trust their divine timing. Not rescuers, not fixers, seers. Seeing the Christ. Seeing the resolution for good. Seeing the truth trying to emerge, no matter what the outer story looks like. And we can hold that for ourselves as well. Because life is not asking us to decide who is winning and who is losing. Life is inviting us to witness awakening. Prayerful, playful, present, awakening. So my prayerful prayer or vision right now would be for all of our leaders, whether it's the board, the PTA, the city council, the President of the United States, Congress, world leaders all around the globe. Anyone who's responsible for decision for others. My prayerful, playful thought is that someday their automatic reaction will be to do the best for their community. That their actions will be about their community and not about themselves. That there be a liberation of cooperation. That's my prayerful play. Playful prayer. I see it. I feel it. There is an undergrowth that is positive and is the good in everything that we experience right now. I believe it. It's there. It's growing. It's with us. It will show itself. So in closing, I'd like to say, let me walk gently beside your becoming. Not naming your storms as failure, nor your sunshine as arrival. Let me remember that Spirit is still speaking, even when neither of us understands the possibility yet. Let me laugh with God. I got a couple of things to talk to God about, and I hope it ends in laughter. Like bread. Why is bread bad for you? And it's so good. It fell from the sky, kind of in the form, like, okay. I digress. Even when neither of us understands the possibility yet, let us laugh with God as the seriousness of fear and pray with God inside the miracle of your unfolding. You are not your moment. You are not your label. You are not your chapter. You are the light and the shadow. You are the comfort and the uncomfortable. Learning how to recognize itself in every circumstance for the good. And I stand with you, prayerful, playful, certain of the awakening, alive within you. And so it is. Thank you, God. And for the first time ever, I'm not walking away from the